What is up, guys? This is Prince Pyramid back with another one today. We're on Tay, continuing our Great One Fallow grind. So let's get into it. And I'm actually going to start at this lake here, which I think will hit most of the hot spots. I'm not going to run the river today because I've kind of shot down my zones in the river. So we should hit most of them. I'm going to start here, though, because I know for a fact there's a level 5. I do think he's going to troll us. But I don't. Yeah, we'll see. I think he's gonna troll us though, which should be fine. Again, guys, we have started a new game since we got our Great One Fallow, which I wish I had done a little more grinding because a lot of times if you kill a fallow, the second one comes pretty quick. So I do kind of regret not keeping up with that grind right after I got one. But we're about 300 kills into this one. And we already have, I want to say 6 diamonds off of this one. So it's been productive. The only thing that's kind of let down so far has been in the rare department. We have not gotten that many rare fallow. But from the first one, we got pretty much all the rares that... Obviously no super rares, but we got a lot of rares from those, so we'll see. The first one also took right at 1,500 kills, so I mean, we still got a long way to go before we're right back to where we were with that number. But I don't want to start a new grind yet. I want to keep going with the fallow, at least until we get 2 more great ones. At that point, I'll call it with the fallows, because at that point, we'll have enough to have our fallow huddle together. And that multi-mount, if we could get 3 Great One Fallows with 3 different coats and 3 different racks, that would be so sick, and we definitely move it to the front of the lodge. And then after that, you guys, I mean, we can hold a poll on the channel, but I don't know what my next Great One would be. Maybe Black Bear, because I know a lot of people have talked about that, but I've also already kind of started looking for pheasant zones on Salzweissen Park, so that actually may be our next one. And if we do go to Salzweissen Park for our next one, I mean, that map seems like it's so small. Every time I go there, it feels like I shoot, 10, 11 pheasants without even doing much grinding. So I don't. That may be our move, but I'm not ready to say for sure that's where we're gonna go yet. Especially since we still got 2 great ones we need to take off from fallow before I'm even comfortable moving on. They do have a lot of cool variants, though, with the Great One Pheasants. I'm not going to lie to you. That's one of the reasons I'm kind of thinking I could move on to that being the next one. Because honestly, what I'd like silver, hooded, or golden for the fallow. And, I'd take the spoon rack. There's our 5 medium. He is almost guaranteed to troll. Definitely gonna troll us, I think. Just looking from the rack, he looks like a troll. And let's see. Bring it back up, right there. Yep, good shot on him. Good shot on him. I don't know that he's gonna make diamond, but we'll see. But silver, hooded, golden. As far as racks, if I could get the big rack, or I think, what do they call it? The blade rack. The blade rack's the one I don't want. I think I'd even rather have the Irish elk rack than the blade rack. The one I do have, if you guys haven't seen it in the launch video, is a Mocha spoon rack, which I absolutely could not have asked for a better Great One to get than that one. I was kind of wanting a Fabled Golden or a Fabled Piebald with the spoon rack, but getting the Mocha and having him in there, it does look better than I thought. All right, buddy. I know you're a troll. He wasn't even that big of a troll. I killed fours bigger than this dude. He didn't even crack 240. Oh, that's okay. Over these grinds, we've definitely hit. I mean, we're over 20, 25, 26. I think is the number for diamond fallow. So I don't really concern myself too much with it. There we go, dumped him. But if you guys are following along with this grind and you want to set up a grind on your own, after you shoot down the stuff on the river, to me, that's the easiest because I can kind of rotate onto this lake and I'll show you what else I can rotate to. It's pretty much just 3 to 4 zones that I actually have to hunt. Everything else, I can kind of leave where it's at. So let's go. I don't want to get too much hunting pressure and blow out these zones, even though I'm aware it doesn't really matter too much with fallow, but I'd still rather have these guys where they're supposed to be. We'll pick him up. Let's see. That's a 4 and that's a 4. So can we get both of them? You're dead. And I missed you. Crap. All right. Wait till he gets into that walking. Get right there. And yeah, we got him too. Personally, at least, again, I've only really done heavy Great One grinding for 2 species, fallow and red deer. Fallow, to me, have been the easiest one. And I think maybe that was because the red deer can take a 300 and still run off a little bit. But if you want to grind fallow with a 300, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Because of this right here. Let me go pick this guy up. I probably didn't even get a great shot on him. Well, this one I probably did. Let's see. Yeah, we got a fine shot on him. But this guy up here, I would imagine we probably barely got anything vital. And he dropped in a couple minutes. And that's less than a minute. But I don't think I'm going to go that far over there today. Let's go get this guy. Non-vital. Yep. See, he didn't even hit a non-vital, but this is how far he made it. Right here. So we barely hit him, and we dropped him within a couple feet of where we shot him. So that to me is why with the 300, it kind of makes fallow grinding the best you can do if you want to get a great one. And guys, if you're listening, I don't know how many of you guys actually play on PlayStation versus, or not so much PlayStation, but if you're a console player versus a PC player, I know a lot of console players kind of give up on the idea of having great ones. You definitely can get them. It just, you're going to have to put in some time, and maybe on weekends and stuff, really, really grind. But with a 300, it's kind of a game changer. Let me hit this guy. Next shot. It's kind of a game changer if you're willing to do it, because you will drop them so fast. And maybe you don't have the kind of hours it takes to grind. I know that's a common complaint. But with the 300, you don't need that many hours. If you did 2 to 3 hours of playing this game, doing your rotations for fallow, you will have very little problem actually. I hear a dog barking in the background. All right, sorry about that. He's downstairs having a fit. But with the 300, maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, not a day, but just on the weekends, 2 to 3 hours, you could rack up 200 to 300 kills and have very little problem when it comes to getting your numbers up for a great one. Now, there's other species you may not be able to do that with. Things like moose. Moose would be tough. The ones that aren't herd species, so black bear, although there's strategies that you can look up for black bear that'll make it easier. Fox would be just a nightmare. Tar, because tar don't have a drink time. Pick this guy up. Okay, so we'll come here. And I've shot out the zones that were on that coast, so all I have to do is hit that little corner that I just hit and then move on to the next zone. But right now, guys, we're sitting at 6 or 7 kills in 11 minutes. So if you can keep your kill count to right at about a kill a minute, I mean, you can give or take. But even if you're at 10 minutes and you've killed 5 or 6, like a kill every 2 minutes, then do the math on that. So let's say you play for an hour. So you'll have 30 kills. And if you play for 2 hours, you'll have 60. Now, you start seeing how you can accumulate high numbers of kills towards your Great One grind. And some people get lucky and the grind doesn't take too long. All of my grinds have taken over 1,000. All of them. The red deer was the longest, but also I took breaks for the red deer. I didn't take so many breaks for fallow, so maybe it just feels like the longest. I do know they were both well over 1,000 kills, so that's a good shot. I will say that personally, I don't, to me, there's a lot of benefits to grinding. I know a lot of people say, well, I don't have time to do it, and I don't really want to do a grind like that. What grinding will do, you're going to discover zones. It's going to get you really, really familiar with a map. Whatever map you're grinding on, you're going to find not just the species you're looking for, but also species that are, maybe, get out of this camera, but species that drink at the same place as your target species, right? So you'll find need zones. You'll familiarize yourself with maps. And above all, as a new player, the most important thing you're going to need is money. And this is a great way to make a ton of money. Especially if you have modern weapons. If you have the modern weapons pack, you can take a 300. You don't have to grind the way that most people had to grind back in the day. But you start off with the 300, and you can hop right onto a fallow grind on Tay if you have that map also bought, and you can accumulate all the money in the world. See that you'll get your great one, you'll end up getting a diamond relatively quick, and then on top of that, you're just making a ton of money in the meantime. So it's definitely worth it to new players. All right, I don't really want to take a shot here because these guys are fleeing, so they came from that other lake. So what I'm probably going to do is show you guys, to me, my favorite zone. If you've never seen me hunt it, it's definitely, to me, the best zone. Let me make sure. Because I think I've shot down the zones over here to all female. And then across should be just small males. One. Level 2 male. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. And then this should be nothing but females. Looks correct. Okay. So what we want to do is, I mean, we could run this coast here, but I think I'd rather just come up here and show you guys what I think is the best zone. I shoot this zone out every time I come here. It doesn't matter. They're always going to come back. This is where I've taken probably the most diamonds of any species ever. I mean, this is just such a strong fallow lake. Let's see. Right now, they're probably not drinking at this first lake because this is where I really hit them hard last time was at this first lake, but there's still going to be a pile of them on that back lake. Definitely don't see anything on this front lake, but like I said, I didn't think we would, so we'll come down and try to get in between here and shoot off that back lake. This lake is also a good one for pigs. It's got a spot for rabbits on that backside, and there's always a lot of turkey and duck. And that was true during my first grind, and it was true in this grind. So I and it's been true in every multiplayer that I've ever been in. Definitely something to consider if you want to look for those species. But it is definitely my favorite fallow zone. All right, see, here's a pile of them. Few females. I see a big one if I can get around to seeing. He's probably a 4, judging by his rack, that white one. 2 more, probably 4s. All right, we need to just take a shot, to be honest. See if I can get a little bit closer. If I can get closer, then I'll get multiple shots off. But you see over there was where those European rabbit zone is. There he is. Let's take him off the map like that. Then take his friend off like that. I don't know how that missed. That one hit him. Did we miss that one too? Definitely 0 too short, but we did get those 2. So let's go pick them up. So see, we're well over 10 now, guys. Like, or even if you say we're right at 10. So with 10 within 20 minutes, we're definitely hitting the numbers you want to hit if you want to have a successful grind. Every time you log on, just shoot 10 to 20. Or if you want to do a longer one, then just put a show on or something beside you and do the grind that way. And let's get this guy. He's going to die too. This way, at least we got some stuff done. Even though it was fairly disappointing that that level 5 was a troll. But I've been getting trolled a lot recently. I got trolled by a level 3 turkey. I got trolled by a Cape buffalo. This is the second in a row troll for fallow. Got trolled by a red deer on Emerald Coast. So, like, it's kind of getting old, not going to lie to you. Got trolled by a legendary mountain lion the other day, too. Let's just go pick these dudes up and call it, I think. And that legendary mountain lion really pissed me off. Because in reality, I have had such a tough go of it recently at Silver Ridge. Like, I have combed through that map and found 1 diamond and 2 trolls. And the 1 diamond was a freaking turkey. Silver Ridge doesn't have any animal on it that I don't already have in Diamond, but still, it sucks when you get trolled that hard after covering the map so thoroughly. Alright, let's pick this dude up. Pick this dude up and call it. There we go. Alright, guys. So this has been the hot spots for the Great One Grind. I've been Prince Pyramid. I appreciate everybody staying with us all the way to 500 subs. But everybody, have a good one.